Welcome back, folks, and we are just going to dive right into the Pell's Gate Gallery because we have finally reached this point. And let's head straight in and check out the village exhibit. And this is Woodland Village, which is a village actually in this mod, and we'll be visiting that later during a quest. And over here is Riverview Village, which is also a village in this mod, and we'll be taking a look at that sometime in the future. So just around the corner we have a model of Riverview Village, and it was quite the thing. At the time I made this town, a lot of people were making models in their mods of the houses that they'd modded or the villages that they'd modded. It was just kind of a cool thing to do. Let's see what this guy's got to say. I visited this town not long ago. Lovely place, spectacular views. Have you been there? And we haven't, so no. It is well worth a visit, but it is a hard journey to get there as it is located high in the mountains. A bit of a dangerous journey too. You have to travel far northwest of Coral through some quite uncivilized areas. So he's just given us the location of yet another village in this mod, which is, of course, Riverview Village. So moving on, let us head over and talk to the receptionist.
Welcome to Pell's Gate, friend.
Now there's some really important information. Hello, welcome to the Pell's Gate Gallery. How can I help you? Let's see, and the really important info that we need is what times are the gallery open. So, the gallery is open from 9 AM to 7 PM every day. Please ensure you are out of the building by 7 PM as the night shift guards start then and they have orders to kill on site. At present, the gallery is free for all visitors as expenses are funded through private donations. So, let's check out quickly information about the gallery. The gallery is mostly underground in what used to be the Emperor's safe house during times of trouble in Cyrodiil. It is a vast maze of large rooms featuring many different interesting displays. An alien display, the creature displays, the Egyptian displays, the aquarium, the hall of masterpieces, the pottery display, and the dragon display. There is also the shop village with many gift shops, a cafe, and public toilets. Please do not enter areas marked as staff only or touch the exhibits. Enjoy your visit. Right, so...
Take care.
Geez... Well, actually, let's just head on in. So the really important information that she gave us was the times the gallery's open and what time we have to be out of the gallery. So here again, I actually put this pop-up message in because people were missing talking to the receptionist. Please ensure you're out of the building by 7 PM. Due to the recent theft, security has been tightened and the night guards will attack anyone found within the building between the hours of 7 PM and 9 AM. You have to be careful about this, otherwise you'll end up getting killed, basically. And this is the first room of the Pell's Gate Gallery. And over here, just going to take a quick look. Yep, locked display cases with some lovely valuables in them. And let's take a look through here. We have center of the gallery and a wishing well, fountain. And through here we head into the dragon display. So I think for this video we're just going to play tourist and wander around the gallery, see what there is to see. And then in the next video we'll start diving into the quests. And I think there's 3 quests if I remember correctly. But for now, let's just amble around, be a complete tourist, and have a look. So the dragon display. And this was actually set up even before Skyrim was announced. I had no idea that the next Elder Scrolls game would be all about dragons. Oh. And around the gallery, as you wander around, you'll find a lot of other visitors, and they all have something or another to say.
Make it quick.
I bought a replica septum crown from one of the gift shops. It will look really classy on my fireplace mantle. Of course it will. Won't look tacky at all.
Stop talking.
And moving on, we have, this is a huge, huge gallery. And it was actually inspired by one of my favorite games, which is a really old game called Lorabo, the Dagger of Amon-Ra. And of course the whole game takes place, pretty much the whole game, in a gallery. And it doesn't look anything like this gallery, but that inspired me to build this gallery. So we have the pottery display. And some nice examples of completely non-law friendly pottery. And throughout the gallery we also have little staff areas, and they're marked by that sign we just saw. So, let's see what this lady's got to say.
What do you want?
We have nothing like this back in Coral.
Bye.
Oh, that looks Greek. Is that Greek? Probably is. Right, moving on to the next exhibit, which is the Hall of Masterpieces. I had the best fun building this gallery. This is one of my favorite projects that I ever worked on, was this gallery. And the Hall of Masterpieces with some stunning paintings and beautiful statues. We'll just take a quick amble through here because there is a lot to see. And I'll just show you this one right here, this lovely painting. This painting looks so real. You can almost hear the gentle lapping of the waves and the cries of seagulls. And the horns of steamships. Heading on into the aquarium, rather. This is one of my favorite exhibits. This is a bit of a challenge to build, but I was really happy with the results. And all these displays feature in the quests, at least one of the quests. Oh, I forgot about this little ship. That's so cute. And that was the aquarium. So, moving on to what the heck? I thought I saw a bubble outside the aquarium. Right, so moving on to a hallway. Okay, staff only, and we will actually be joining the staff of this gallery, so we'll be getting in there later. On to the Royal Jewels display. This display is of the Septim treasures, and of course the Septims are the emperors of Cyrodiil. And this display is their crowns and jewels and treasures. Now, the Septim Scepter, symbol of the Emperor's authority, has been held by all reigning Septims during important public appearances. So you can activate these plaques. And I think we'll just take a real quick look through here. That's the Empress's jewels. But the display we're concerned with is actually this display right here. The two crowns. So I just want to read this. The royal family crowns. On the left is the Empress crown, worn by the Septim Empresses. The crown in the center is a Septim crown, the Emperor's own crown and family heirloom. The crown on the right is the heir crown, worn by the first son of the reigning emperor. Except that there's only two crowns. And we'll be delving into that a bit later. Moving on to the next display, which will be the creature displays. So this is the creature displays, and we have examples of Cyrodiil's creatures, wildlife rather. And you can find anything you need to know because these are activatable, these plaques. And that gives you information on each of the creatures displayed. So that is the creature display. And the next one is a domestic animal display. Complete with sound effects. Right, and you've got all your information, which I won't read right now because it'll take too much time. And that was the domestic animal display onto the Oblivion display. And if you've played Oblivion, you are well familiar with this scene. This is, of course, the Oblivion dimensions that you travel to during the main quest of the game. And all the Daedra. The Scamps and the Daedraths and the Clan Fears. And the rotten corpses, yeah, it was disgusting. Moving on to, I think, the last of the creature displays, which is the undead display. You've got your quintessential haunted house, your ghost in the window, your wraiths, your zombies. And of course all the information on it all. And don't step over the red cords, ropes. So that was the undead display. Now just over here there's actually another display, but right now under construction. Under construction, the curator should know when it will be open to the public, so that's a hint that in order to get into that display we have to talk to the curator of the gallery, which we will do later. Now moving on to Shop Village. And this is full of your touristy gift shops, and of course you got public toilets over here. If you absolutely hate law friendly, look away now, cause death to the gods. Bit graffiti. Cause we have not only, but also my absolute favorite. Oh yeah. And another toilet there. Anyway, that's the public toilet. So I want to go and buy something cheap and tacky in this gift store. So this gift store has replicas of a lot of the displays that you can buy, and also a couple of extra items like teddies and cute things.
Yes.
So I think, being tourist,
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. We are gonna buy a replica septon crown. That was the crown that was missing from the royal jewels display.
A fine bargain for you. Come back and see me again.
Right.
Take care.
So let's be complete tourists and put it on. Can look really lame in our cheap replica of the septum crown, which is missing. There we go. So moving on, and I think there's just 2 more places to see in Shop Village. There's one more gift store. And you can buy all sorts of tacky gift items in here too. Little dragons and replicas of the vases we saw in the display cases. And Aliad kitchenware. Right, so that's the second gift shop. On to the cafe. Cozy cafe. And it gets a bit annoying, the music starting and stopping when you change cells, but unfortunately there's nothing that can be done about that. I love this cafe. I think it's really funky. And a lovely display of goodies. But we don't have time, so we're just going to take a quick look. And there's some conversations you can have in here with some of the people sitting down and eating and drinking. But we won't get into that just now. And of course, you bet, I don't have a problem. Really, I don't. I just love it. Right, now let's head out of this awfully loud music. And we find ourselves back in the main gallery, and over here is actually the Egyptian display, but I'm not going to go in there right now because we will be spending quite a bit of time in there. There's a quest to do in there. So I think what we'll do is we'll head into the Aliad display. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And that is the last display for this video. And this is just your regular Aliad items. We met this guy earlier. They move around the gallery and look at goodness what he's looking at. It's Aliad pottery. You can buy this pottery in that little gift shop we were in before. And there we go. Just a few more Aliad things, because of course in Oblivion, if you haven't played Oblivion, the Cyrodiil is covered with a whole bunches of a lot of Aliad ruins that you can explore, which basically look like this. And we will leave off there, I think, and in the next video most definitely we'll be heading into the Egyptian display, and that is going to be exciting. So I'll see you then.